Good evening, friends. Let us do the sitting arrangement problem solving. This is slightly hard only. This has come in SBI PO Mains 2018. Right, here what he is saying, certain number of persons are sitting around a circular table, which has a circumference of 546 centimeters. He is saying 546 centimeters, the circumference of it. All the persons are facing towards the center. Very good. They are sitting at distances to each other, which are consecutive multiples of 6. What does that mean? He is saying they're sitting at distances of, let's say, for example, 6, 12, 18, 24, 30. He's saying consecutive multiples of 6. Right. He's saying he's third to the left of I. Two persons are sitting between K and I, etc. etc. Right. Now, certain persons. We don't know how many persons. Right. Let's do one thing. And he's saying total circumference is 546. Whatever. The distance between them, if someone's distance, two persons distance could be 6. Another two persons could be 18. So 6 plus 12 plus 18 plus 24 plus 30 plus whatever. This should be equal to 546. 6 plus 12 plus 18 plus whatever should be equal to 546. Let us see how many persons he has given first. Right. How many persons he has given? He has given details about how many. A is sitting third to the left of I. So A is definitely there. A, I. Then two persons sitting between K and I. So, condition number 3. So K. Then condition number 4, M and L. Then condition number 5, H and G. Condition number 6, A is we have already taken D. Condition number 7, J and B. And F. Condition number 8, E and F. F we have taken E. E we will take. Condition number 9, M, L. ML we have already taken. K and H. So K and H also we have already taken. Condition number 10, C and I. C, I we have already taken. And E we have already taken. K and I. Condition number 11, that also we have taken. Condition number 12, C or E. C, E, K. C, E, K, this also we have taken. So how many we have got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 13 he has given. Okay. Right. 13 he has given. So now 546 is the total circumference. If you observe 6, 12, 18, whatever. So if you start with 6, then first between first two persons it is 6, second and third it is 12. Right. Let's say there are 13 persons. 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. There are 13 persons. Then what? Then between 13th person and the first person, the distance would be 78 centimeters. Right. 78 centimeters. Let's see what is the sum of this 6 plus 12 plus 18 plus whatever. So we know there are 13. So arithmetic progression 13 by 2 into 6 plus 78. Right. This is equal to 84 by 2. This is 42 into 13. Right. Which is equal to 546. Right. 546. So what does that mean? He has already given 13 places, 13 people, and even if you assume that it starts with 6, it starts with 6, 12, 18 and all, then also the distances between all these 13 people, it is adding up to 546. Right, he is saying total circumference is 546. That means there cannot be more than 13 people. Right, if there is more than 13 people, then between 13th and 14th guy, the distance would be 78 plus 6. Right, that would be 84 centimeters. But the total itself is 546. So what does that mean? That means the circle is of 13 people only. Circle is of 13 people, and the distances between all of them would be 6, 12, 18, 24 likewise. Okay, so let's draw this circle. Let's slightly draw it a little bigger. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Right. I have drawn them mostly equidistant, but these are not equidistant. These are not equidistant. He's saying 1 to 2 is 6, then 12, then 18, then 24, then 30, then 36, 42, 48, 54, 60, 66, 72, 78. These are the distances between two different people. Right. We just name different seats. Right. If someone is sitting here and another person is sitting here, their distance would be 6 centimeters. If someone is sitting here, someone is sitting here, their distance would be 54 centimeters. Right. These are different seats. We don't know who is where. Now let's look at all the conditions again. A is sitting third to the left of I. Can we do anything? We don't know where is I, where is A, we cannot tell. Two persons are sitting between K and I. Either K first or I first. So A is sitting third to the left of I. 1, 2, 3. Right. And two persons are sitting between K and A. What does that mean? A is anyway sitting on the left side. So K has to sit on the right side only. There is no other option. Right. This structure we are clear. Two persons sitting between K and A. Right. M is immediate left of, immediate right to L. What does that mean? L and M are sitting like this. M is immediate right to L. H sits to the left of G at a distance of 72 centimeters. H and G, H and G, there is a distance of 72 centimeters. Now, if you look at the picture, these two slots have 72 centimeters distance. Right, 13, 10, 12. Is there any other combination that can have distance of 72? No. Between 5 and 7, the distance is 66. Right, 30 plus 36. Between 6 and 8, the distance is more than 72. Right, 36 plus 36 is 72, but this is 6 centimeters more. So between 4 and 6 also, it's not 1. 30 plus 24, 54, or between 4 and 7, it would be higher. So likewise, if you check all of this, there is only one slot, that is 13 and 12, where the distance is actually 72. There we cannot pick any two other combinations where the total will become 72. So with this idea, as per condition number 5, so this becomes G, 13 becomes G, and this becomes H because there is no other slot possible for H and G. Very good. The distance between A and D is 18 centimeters. What does that mean? A and D, 1 and 3 can be 18, right? Or 3 and 4 can also be 18, right? If A sits here, A and D can be AD, AD, or 3 and 4. AD, AD, right? In 1 and 3 cases also 6 plus 12 is the distance, that is 18. In 3 and 4 also 18 is the distance. So we have two options. We don't know what is what. Number of persons sitting between J and B is same as between B and F. Right. That is condition number 7. Condition number 7. JB equal to BF. What does that mean? B is sitting between J and F. B is sitting exactly at the center of J and F. Right. The distance between E and F is LCM of 6 and 5. LCM of 6 and 5 is what? 30, right? So distance between E and F is actually 30. Now 30, what are the options? Again, 30 we have two options. 2 and 4 is one option, and 5 and 6. Right. EF, we have two options. EF, either 2, 4 or 5, 6. Right. AD also we have two options. Either 1, 3 or 3, 4. Right. AD also we have two options. EF also we have two options. Neither M nor L is neighbor of K and H. Okay, very good. Number of persons between C and I is same as between I and D. What does that mean? C, I, E. I is sitting exactly between C and E. Right. Distance between K and I is not more than 162. Either C or E is neighbor of K. Right. So now we have reached a tricky situation. We have read all the things, and what we have figured out, we have figured out between that I is sitting between A and K, I is also sitting between C and E, right? And B is sitting between J and F, and EF is either between 2, 4 or 5, 6, right? Because 5, 6 is also distance is 30, 2, 4 is also distance is 30. Similarly, AD can be 1, 3 or 3, 4, right? We have multiple possibilities. So far, we are clear about H and G only, right? As per the condition number 5, we are clear about H and G. Now, let's try. A, we have two options or three options. A can sit at 1, 3 or 4, right? A can sit at 1. If A sits at 1, D will sit at 3. If A sits at 3, D can sit at either 4 or at 1, right? Then A is two places left of I, right? If A sits here, if A sits at 1, where will I sit? Because this is also given. If it sits around 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? That is the I's position, right? As per condition number 2, right? A sits third to the left of I, right? If A is 3, then 4, 5, 6, yes, or 1, then 2, 3, 4, then 4, 5, 6, or if A sits at 4, then 5, 6, 7, right? Next, if A sits at 1, where will D sit? D will sit at 3, right? If A sits at 3, D can sit at 1 or 4. If A sits at 4, D will sit at 3 only, right? D can sit at 1 or 4. If A is sitting at 3, D can sit here also, sit here also. If A is sitting here, D will have to sit here only. If A is sitting at 4, D will have to sit here only, right? Now, EF 2, 4 or 5, 6. So in this case, if A is sitting at 1, I has to sit at 4. That means 2, 4 option is not there. E has to sit at 5, 6 only. E has to sit at 5, 6. EF basically. EF have to sit at 5, 6. Either E at 5 or F at 5 and the other at 6. Right. Here, then 6 option is not there. It is 2, 4 only. Right. Here, A itself is sitting at 4. So 2, 4 option is not there. Again at 5, 6 only. Right. So we have only three options for A. A can either sit at here or here or here. 1, 3 or 4. Right. If A sits at 1, I has to sit at 4. Two people in between. If A at 3, I at 6. If A at 4, I at 7. So obviously, if I is sitting here, then K is two positions away from I. That also we discussed, right? Two positions away from I. Where will K sit? 4, 5, 6, 7, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 4, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right. So between I and K, there should be two positions. If I is sitting here, then K will sit here. If I is sitting at 6, K will sit at 9. If I is sitting at 7, K will sit at 10. So this much is clear. Right. Now let's try different possibilities. Right. Let's say, for example, let's erase everything and let's start with K A equal to 3. Right. A is sitting in position 3. This is A. G and H is already fixed. There's nothing changed. Right. Now D, because E and F, their only slot is 2 and 4. One of them will take 2, one of them will take 4. So obviously D doesn't have 4 in this case because E and F, they have to be. So because if A is sitting at 3, if A is sitting at 3, then E and F have to take the slot of 2 and 4 only. Why? Because 5 and 6 slot it cannot take because I has to sit in 5 and 6. Right, I has to sit in 6. If A is sitting at 3, I has to sit at 6. So 5 6 slot is not possible. So 2 4 slot only is possible for E and F. If E and F have to take 2 4 slot, then D cannot take either of this slot. So D has to be 1 only. Right. So then first slot will go to D. Right. Then EF, 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 EF. First we are trying this condition. Right. Let's try this one. Okay. EF, EF. Then A two slots leaving. Then I. Then two slots left. Then K. Right. This is the structure. Right. Now, if you see what are all done, what are all left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 things are done. Right. And how many are left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and one more. Sorry, H and G. H and G is actually here, right? 11 and 12, not 12 and 13. This is H and G. H and G, right? So far what you have written, D is 1, EF, EF is actually 2 comma 4, then A is 3, then 5 is nothing, then 6 is F, sorry, 6 is I, 7 is empty, 7 is empty, 5 is empty, 8 is empty, 8 is empty, 9 is done, 9 is K, 10 is empty, and 13 is empty. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Out of 13, we have taken D for 1, 2 and 4 for E and F, 3 for A, then 5 is empty, then 6 we have taken for I, 7, 8 are empty, 9 we have taken for K, and 10 is empty, 11, 12 for H and G, this is also fixed, then 13 is empty. Right. Now we have one more condition where M and L have to be together, condition number 4. Right, condition number 4, which is saying M is immediate left, immediate right to L. Right. So what does that mean? What are the two consecutive positions that are there? 8 and 7. Right. M and L have to sit here only. Right. Because they have to sit together. So 10 slot is not possible. 13 is not possible. And 5 is also not possible. Right. We have only 5 slots, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, of which only 2 are continuous. So M and L have to sit together. So only 8 and 7 are possible. But the problem is M and L cannot sit next to K. This is K. 9 is K. M and L cannot sit next to K. So this is a contradiction. What does that mean? When we are chosen at A, then we have reached a position where we are able to accommodate D, then E, then F, then I, then K. H, G was already accommodated, but M and L, no, they have no space because they cannot sit next to K. But there is no space for them apart from these two positions. They have to sit together, but they cannot sit next to K. So, for what does that mean? This option A sitting at 3 is clearly not working. So, let's remove this option. Okay, now revisit. Let's revisit again. Let's erase all of this. Let's erase all of this except except H and G. H and G is anyway fixed, right? H and G is anyway fixed. H and G, whatever you do, that is a fixed position because they have to have difference of 72. So H and G is H and G have to have a difference of how much? 72. So sorry, they were not 11 and 12. They're actually 12 and 13 only. This is H. This is G. Right? There actually have to be 12 and 13 only, but doesn't matter. So even then these two slots would have been there. 8, 7 would have been there. 10, 11 would have been there. But then also M and L anyway cannot sit with next to K. K is anyway 9. So these two slots are also useless. These two slots are also useless. So this condition is anyway gone. Now let's take this condition. A is sitting at 4. Right. Now let's do again. If A sits at 4, A is at 4. Right. Then where will D sit? D will sit at 3. D will sit at 3. Then EF will sit at 5 and 6. 5 and 6. This so far we have discussed. I will sit at 7. I will sit at 7. And K will sit at 10. Let's try this combination. A is at 4. This is A. This is D. EF. EF. Then I at 7. This is I. Then K at 10. And HG. H is at 12. G is at 30. 1, 2, and what are left? Again, 8, 9, 1, 2, and 11 are left. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So these 5 are left. Right. Now again, we have the same problem. Right. M and L have to sit together, and and L have to sit next to K because there is no other, there is another slot, right? They have to sit here or here. Since this slot is not possible because they cannot sit next to K, M and L have to sit here only, right? M is immediate right to L. So M will sit here, L will sit here. M is sit at 1, M is at 1, L at 2, right? Now we have three slots 8, 9, and 11. In this 8, 9, and 11, and which are the letters that are left? J, J, B, ML is done, right? J, B, and C, right? J, B, and C. These are the letters that have to be accommodated. Now, we already discussed C, I has to sit between C and E, and at the same time, either C or E is neighbor of K. E cannot be neighbor of K, right? E is in 5 and 6 position. K is in 10th position. E cannot be neighbor of E or F cannot be neighbor of K. Now, only option is C, right? So that means this 11th position or 9th position, it has to be taken by C only. Now, I has to sit between C and E, right? If he is here, then I has to sit here, which is not possible because, sorry, C has to sit here, which is not possible because C has to sit next to E only, next to K only, right? So what does that mean? E has to be here only, and then C has to be here only. If C is here, then between C and I, there is actually three-step difference. Then between I and D, there cannot be three-step difference, right? So the only option is the ninth number position should go to C. Only option is ninth number position should go to C, and E should sit here, and F should sit here. If this happens, then ninth will go to C. Then we have 8 and 11. 8 and 11 for J and B, right? For J and B. Now again, the second problem is B should sit between J and F. We have two positions, 8 and 11. 11 and 8. F to 11 is one slot difference. F to 8 is one slot difference in between F and 8. But 8 and 11, there is actually two slot difference. So there is no way J and B will fit here. Right. So when we take this case, A is at 4. A is at 4 means I has to be at 7, D has to be at 3. Then uh, H and G are at 12 and 13. So far, so good. Right. Then M and L cannot be at next to K. So M and L will take here only. Then I has to sit between C and E. So C has to, and C also has to sit next to K. So their only option is C here and then E here. If E is here, then F is here. Then we have only two slots left. This one, slot number 8 and slot number 11, where we have to fit J and B so that B is center of J and F, which is not possible. Right. So this also, this condition is also gone. When A is sitting at 4, this condition also gone. Right. When we tried with A equal to 3, there also we failed. When we tried with A with 4, there also we failed. So that means only one option that is there, that is A equal to 1. Let's try that also now. Let's erase everything. Okay. So A is 1. Obviously, what does it mean? I is this one, and that means D is this one. And now what? K is what? K is this one. K is two steps away from I, right? K is this one. Now, E and F will be 5 and 6 only. E, F will be 5 and 6 only. Then C, I is center of C and E, right? If E is here, C has to be here, which is not possible because I has to be center. So, and if E is here, then C can be here. So that is the only possibility. So that means E is 6, 5 is F, then this becomes C, right? And then what next? 11 and 12, 11 and 12, sorry, 12 and 13 anyway, H and G. 12 and 13 anyway, H and G. Then what? M or nor L is not neighbor of K and H. Right. K and H, M and L will not sit. So M, L will not sit here. M, L will not sit here. That means 9 and 10 only M and L. And at the same time, J, B and F. Right. So J, B and F. F should be equidistant between, sorry, B should be at the center of J and B at the center of J and F. So if F is here, if B is here, then J can sit here, which is fine. But if B sits here, then three slots in between, there is no option. So B and F, there has to be two slots only, so that J and B also have two slots. So this is B, then this is J, then M and L anyway have to sit together. M is immediate right to L, so that means this is L, this is M. So this is the overall structure. Overall structure, what he is saying, A is sitting third to the left of I. A is 1, 2, 3. This is satisfied. Two persons are sitting between K and I. 1, 2. So that is satisfied. M is immediate right to L. M is immediate right to L. H sits to the left of J at a distance of 72. H left of J at the distance of 72. Distance between A and D is 18. A and D is 18. Number J and B is equal to B and F. J and B is 2 in between. B and F is also 2 in between. E and F is 30. Yes, E and F is 30. M nor L is neighbor of K and H. ML, they are not next to K or not next to H. Number of sections sitting between C and I is between I and D. C and I. C and I is 1. I and D is also 1. Distance between K and I is not more than 62. K and I. This is, we didn't use this, but this is less than 162 only. 24 plus 30 plus 30. 36, right? So that is less than 162. Either C or E is neighbor of K. Right. E is neighbor of K. Right. So we are satisfied with the structure now. Which of the following things represent distance between B and F? B and F is what? 42 plus 36 plus 30. Right. 42 plus 36 plus 30. That is 108. That is the distance. Who among the following is immediate neighbor of J? J is who? H and M. H and M. Who among the following sits 4 to the right of the one who is 6 to the left of A? 2 is 6 to the left of A. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is B. And 4 to the right of B is 1, 2, 3, 4, which is H. Which of the following represents the distance between H and L? Here is H, H and L. H and L is 66 plus 60 plus 54. Right, 66 plus 60 plus 54. This is equal to 180. Right. Four of the following belongs to a group. Find the one that doesn't belong to the group. BC. BC. Okay. MJ. What is MJ? MJ are next to each other. ID. ID are also next to each other. KE. KE also next to each other. LM. LM also next to each other. BC are not. So that is the answer. So this is actually a hard problem. We have to try all different varieties to to crack the structure. Here, first to understand the problem also, that the total circumference is 546. That means 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, etc., etc. To define like this, and then define a base structure. After that, taken the various possibilities, and then and then deciding which possibility will work out. This all has to be done. This is slightly hard problem only. So please practice, and then with practice, these things will become easy. All the best, guys. Thank you. Bye bye.